Are you all from America? No? Well, welcome to Ireland, those of you who are not from Ireland. And good to see you all. Brilliant. Honored guests. I want you at the moment to remain seated for the entrance of the bridesmaids and the groomsmen. The bride. Wonderful. Would you like to take your seats? So good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of Caylene and Max, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all here to Smock Alley Theatre. And a warm welcome to those of you who are joining us online via Bright Blue Productions. That's Jonathan and Adam there behind the camera. For this very happy occasion as we celebrate their wedding day. Now, Caylene and Max were keen that their wedding ceremony would be one that would be appropriate for them, while being at the same time a personal and a memorable day for everyone. And above all, well, they wanted all of you to feel very much part of this joyous occasion. My name is Billy Hutchinson. I'm a celebrant accredited by the Humanist Association of Ireland and a registered solemnizer of marriages. And I was delighted to be asked to assist Caylene and Max with their wedding, and it has been a pleasure working with them as we put together their plans for this day. Caylene and Max have chosen a humanist wedding ceremony because, well, it best expresses their philosophy of life. A little bit about what humanism is. Humanists believe that society needs an ethical code for us all to live in harmony. Humanism is about unselfishness and kindness and consideration towards others. It's about accepting responsibility for our own lives whilst recognizing our responsibility to the whole world. So humanists believe in the good within people and in the individual's right of freedom of choice in all decisions. This is the belief that people can achieve a better and hopefully a more thoughtful and more open world. The vows that Caylene and Max will exchange here this afternoon in the presence of those they love and those whose friendship that they enjoy and they value will demonstrate their love and their commitment now and for the future. Your presence here this afternoon adds significance to this ceremony and support to their marriage. Part of what's happening today at our ceremony is a reading or two, and I'd love to invite up our first reader, and I understand this is going to be the groom's sister, Scarlett, to come up and say a few words on friendship.
Day, so I will never have to live without you. Piglet sided up to Pooh. Pooh, he whispered. Yes, Piglet. Nothing, said Piglet, taking Pooh's hand. I just wanted to be sure of you. We'll be friends forever, won't we, Pooh? Asked Piglet. Even longer, Pooh answered. If ever there is a tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But most important is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you.
Thank you for those words, Scarlett. Lovely. You can never go wrong with Winnie the Pooh, I think. In speaking with Caylene and Max and learning about their journey, I can honestly say this. Their love is a friendship that has caught fire. And what a friendship. A true friendship provides so many of the essentials for a happy life. It's the foundation on which to build an enduring relationship. It is the mortar which bonds us together in harmony, and it is the calm, warm protection we sometimes need when the world outside seems cold and chaotic. True friendship nourishes and nurtures our hopes, supports us in our disappointments, and encourages us to grow to our best potential. Caylene and Max came together as friends while spending a semester studying at nearby Trinity College here in Dublin. Today they pledge to each other not only their love, but also the strength, warmth, and most importantly, the fun of true friendship. Caylene and Max, you've known each other, you've told me, for 6 years, but today it brings a new formality to your relationship. So your life together will continue to make demands on you both. That is why the delight and the adventure and the anticipation of being with each other must always be there, along with the happiness that is founded on growing a deepening friendship, respect, and love. Your family and your friends are here in Dublin, or watching from their homes across the world, wherever that may be. They are the roots of your lives and have helped shape the people that you have become. Should we have that next reader? This will be Max's brother, Jacob, to provide additional words on love.
These I can promise, by Mark Twain. I cannot promise you a life of sunshine. I cannot promise riches, wealth, or gold. I cannot promise you an easy pathway that leads away from change or growing old. But I can promise all my heart's devotion, a smile to chase away your tears of sorrow, a love that's ever true and ever growing, a hand to hold in yours through each tomorrow.
Thank you, Jacob. Wonderful. Today is a day full of joy and happiness, a celebration of the love which two people share. A marriage's success depends on two people who are loyal to each other and the vows they take on their wedding day. When you both work together on this relationship, where you must listen, compromise, and respect each other, it can be the greatest joy in the world. Marriage is a union of two people who learn from their mistakes, accept each other's faults, and compromise in order to keep peace and harmony. It is caring enough about each other to work through disappointments while believing that love brought you together. Marriage is patience and forgiveness It has been open and honest, thoughtful and kind. It is unconditional love at its most understanding and vulnerable, determined to triumph over every challenge and adversity even. Marriage is dedicated to sustaining a loving and respectful relationship for the rest of your days. It is the fulfillment of your promise to love, honor, and cherish your partner and walk hand in hand into the twilight years. Marriage is a partnership of two unique people who bring out the very best in each other and who know that even though they are wonderful as individuals, they are even better together. Now, Caylene and Max have thought about these things, and they fully understand what is required of them as individuals and as a couple. If this commitment is to last in the way that they wish, they know that they can pledge themselves to each other with certainty and with confidence. This brings us to a lovely little ceremony called a hand fasting, an ancient Celtic commitment ceremony and the predecessor to the modern wedding ceremony. So the ritual includes a binding together of the hands of the couple with a ritual cord or ribbon, hence the name, which means hand fastening, if you like. It's also the origin of the phrase to tie the knot. Now, this symbolic ceremony is a declaration of intent where bride and groom clearly state that they are marrying of their own free will. In hand fastening, the binding of the hands symbolize the binding of lives and hearts in trust and love. So, Caylene and Max, I'll ask you please to stand. And we need some assistance for this, so I'm going to ask Caylene's mother, Alicia, to come up with the cord. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong, and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when aged will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. Caylene and Max, this knot represents the binding nature of your marriage and joining of you together for life. And it is also an expression of your undying love and commitment. With the hand fastening now complete, you may release your hands. Caylene and Max, remain standing. It's okay. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. All right. We now come to the most important part of today's ceremony, when we will be asking Caylene and Maximilian to speak the words which in the presence of this company will seal their union. I am legally required to ask Caylene and Maximilian if they know of any impediment to their marriage. So let us first do that. Maximilian, do you know of any impediment to your marriage to Caylene?
I do not know of any impediment to my marriage to Caylene.
I still have no idea why people laugh at that. Caylene, do you know of any impediment to your marriage to Maximilian?
I do not know of any impediment to my marriage to Maximilian.
Now, I see you have your personal vows at the ready, so I now invite you to share them with each other. Don't worry, it'll pick you up, don't worry. Yes,
I'll pick you up.
yeah. Take your time, don't rush.
Max, in full candor, writing these vows is something that took a while for me to sit down and do. I felt like there was always something else to tackle with respect to the wedding planning, whether it was iteration 20 of the seating plan, or the color of my wedding shoes, or even just the shade of my nails. Really, though, I think that these vows took me so long because I know that's an insurmountable task for me to put my love for you into words. First and foremost, I lack your letter writing abilities, and those abilities were what sustained us during the multiple years of long distance between Boston, DC, and New York. Secondly, I've also been made abundantly clear by you that my speech-giving skills are very uninspired. I tend to give far too much extraneous detail, I deliver the punchline very poorly, etc., etc. But honestly, today I stand behind those extraneous details. It is in them that I continue to find new parts of you and eccentricities of you to love. I love that you're all the proper things that my future husband should be. You're loving, conscientious, supportive, hilarious, interesting, motivated, intelligent, mature. But somehow it's also just as important to me, 6 years after I've met you, to continue to discover arguably very mundane things about you and our relationship together. For instance, you have an uncanny ability to know when a hot beverage is cold enough for me to sip from. You also have a dogmatic commitment to keeping the knives in the leftmost pocket of the dishwasher, and have corrected me multiple times on that point. You also always want to order 12 oysters when we're out, but only so long as I promise to take one of them down, even though they're disgusting. I love that we also share a sense of adventure, and have traveled the world together. I think we've gone to 12 countries so far. Someone recently told me that the best first date is to really get to know someone is an escape room. And I'd say that's a fair point, but I would also say from my experiencing, trying to link up in a multi-story Zurich train station while we're both abroad without any Wi-Fi was the real test of our commitment to one another. I've shared so many unforgettable experiences with you, and I can't wait for more of them because you're my favorite person. You always have been, and you always will be. In summary, I promise you these things: to be loving, loyal, caring, at times frustrating, but overall a great partner for you. I also promise to try to put knives in the right drawer and to take down a slimy oyster, and to also have you temperature check every hot beverage that I try to sip from. Or at least I'll try to. I love you to the Andromeda Galaxy and back, and most importantly, I hope that these vows pass muster with you.
That's going to be hard to top. Caylene, I'm so lucky to have met you over 6 years ago in Dublin. I remember meeting you walking on the way to class and thinking about how charming and endearing you were. As we got to know each other more, I realized that I barely scratched the surface of all your amazing qualities. When we began traveling together and exploring the world, it was all too clear to me that I was quickly falling in love with you. You are so easy to talk to, as I feel like we consistently finish each other's sentences and are always on the same page with just a look. You have such a warm heart that always brings me joy and keeps me positive day to day. I love the life we lead together in our tiny one-bedroom apartment with 2 rambunctious kittens. I love cooking good meals for you or trying a new spot in the city together. I love being able to just sit on the couch and watch a nerdy fantasy show with you. I wouldn't change any of that for the world. As we enter into the next stage of our adventure together, I'll push myself to continue to grow and improve every day as you do. I promise to try to match that same joy and positivity you bring each and every day. I promise to take time to enjoy the little things with you. I promise to eat a snack anytime I get hangry and start down unnecessary rants. I promise to watch all 3 Lord of the Rings with you around the holidays each year. But most importantly, I promise to love you more and more every day.
Okay, we were. Lovely. Maximilian, today you make a promise to share a relationship of love, tenderness, and laughter with Caylene, to confide in and trust her above all others, to respect and stand by her in everything as an equal partner, but above all else to love, honor, and cherish her. Do you, Maximilian Schreiner, take Caylene Parrish to be your wife?
I do.
Caylene, today you make a promise to share a relationship of love, tenderness, and laughter with Maximilian, to confide in and trust him above all others, to respect and stand by him in everything as an equal partner, but above all else to love, honor, and cherish him. Do you, Caylene Parrish, take Maximilian Schreiner to be your husband?
I do.
Lovely. Lucky. May we have the rings, please? So, Max, please take that ring and place it on Caylene's finger and repeat after me.
There we go.
Okay. I, Max, take you, Caylene, to be my wife.
I, Max, take you, Caylene, to be my wife.
With this ring, I marry you.
With this ring, I marry you.
And join my life to yours.
And join my life to yours.
So, Caylene, take that ring, place it on Max's finger, and repeat after me. I, Caylene, take you, Max, to be my husband.
I, Caylene, take you, Max, to be my husband.
With this ring, I marry you.
With this ring, I marry you.
And join my life to yours.
And join my life to yours.
Lovely. The circle is the symbol of the sun, earth, the universe. It's a symbol of wholeness and of peace. In the form of a ring, may it stand for you as a symbol of your love for each other, looking both inwards and outwards, an embrace that binds without imprisoning, a support that reassures without restricting. So the wedding bands that Caylene and Max have exchanged are a confirmation of the vows that they have made. Shortly, they will sign the marriage license with the help of their witnesses. We'll do that at the table behind us while the Avoca String Quartet serenade us. And then we'll have some closing words to wrap up the ceremony. But before we get to that point, you two stay where you are. And I have to say, before I announce them, or pronounce them, should I say, I got a bit worried when I saw the books coming out for their vows. And how long are these personal vows going to be? But they were lovely, weren't they? Caylene and Max, you have freely consented to join your lives. You have pledged yourselves to each other by the exchanging of the rings. And in the presence of this company, I pronounce you husband and wife, and you may kiss